Do you remember your last music class? How fun it was? Do you remember playing your first instrument? Do you know how learning music can help you out in numerous ways, both academically and spiritually? Music is an amazing part of life that helps you out in so many ways. However, today public schools don't put much of an emphasis on music education anymore. You might also think the same. However, I'm here to prove you wrong. Today, students and teachers can tell that music isn't important to administration in public schools. There aren't many classes in high school that specifically teach music. Not only that, but music education as a whole in all grades is not supported enough financially. Most public schools establish a low budget for music programs when trying to save money. As a result of these low budgets, many teachers in music education don't have the necessary funding to meet their students' needs. This happens because music classes are not seen as a necessity by those in administration that decide the budget, and funding is amongst the first to be reduced. The National Association of Music Merchants, or NAM, conducted a study on what the average cost of music education was per student based on a sample school district. Based on their research, they concluded that music education cost average $187 per student. The general argument is that this amount is not enough to provide teachers enough resources to give their students the quality education they should have. NAM also states that school districts struggle to provide necessary funding to different programs because of a limited budget from local and state funding. As a result, they are required to make tough choices like lowering the budget in certain programs like music education. This is a sad reality because there are many benefits to children when having music education. The sad truth is that school district budgets are already low as it is, and the budgets for other programs have to be lowered as well.
So why is it important to have music education in the schools? How does it enhance the overall development and the overall education of a student?
I think you just hit it on the head that in order to educate the whole child, music and the arts need to be an integral part of that. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of great studies that have taken place showing how test scores can be improved by music education being part of a child's development and education.
Mm-hmm. Can you develop critical and creative thinking skills in music?
I think so, absolutely, right? Yes, yeah. Yes. I also think in many instances it gives students who are not perhaps doing well in their regular studies a reason to come to school, a reason
mm-hmm.
to be there, and it's what they do succeed.
I found that just sometimes a student's knowledge of the world of music can open up the whole world of education to a student.
Yes.
When you think about multiple intelligences and those kinds of things, the Howard Gardner stuff, and how people really come to learn through different modalities, through different ways. The aptitudes, being flexible at something, being fluent at something.
Public schools should consider giving music education a second chance because of all the wonderful benefits it gives students. There have been many studies to prove that providing kids with music classes or the arts in general can enhance their test scores. Another benefit is that music education teaches kids craftsmanship, meaning that they will be more inclined to produce quality work rather than mediocre work. This is because when students are actually invested and care about what they're doing, like most people, they personally want to produce the best work they can. Another benefit is that learning sheet music and playing music in general promotes recall or memorization, therefore improving their memory, which will serve them well in the future. Learning music improves memory because a lot of the time you have to recall certain information in order to play songs, especially when you learn to play a song without any visual aid or sheet music. When it comes to playing instruments specifically, students need to be able to move their hands in certain ways to produce the correct sound. Not only that, but they have to look at the sheet music in front of them too. The constant combination of looking at sheet music and visual aid while also using their hands to play their instrument causes their hand-eye coordination to increase incredibly. This can be especially helpful to younger kids whose hand-eye coordination isn't developed yet. So playing instruments is a good way to increase the hand-eye coordination of anybody.